Press the bell icon on YouTube and don't miss another update.
Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. I've got 3 topics. Topic number 1 deals with a statement that Harish Salve made. He made a statement saying that the cause of economic slowdown in India is none other than the Supreme Court of India. Surprised? Let's discuss why. That's my topic number 1. My topic number 2, this Diwali is going to be very, very crucial for our economy. It is not only going to be crucial for our economy, it's also going to be very crucial for the Narendra Modi government, especially the finance ministry. Let's discuss why. My topic number 3. You see, the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, Mr. Kamal Nath, feels that it's not only companies or corporates that should be given land by the state government, corporates that invest in the economy, corporates that ensure that they give jobs to the people. It is not just these corporates that should be given land. According to him, even the saints should be given land. Why? Let's discuss. Let's get right into the show. The renowned counsel, Mr. Harish Salve, made a very surprising but very interesting statement. He said the reason why there is an economic slowdown in India is because of the Supreme Court decisions. In fact, I will read what he says before I get into the show. I squarely blame the Supreme Court. I can understand holding people responsible for the wrong distribution of licenses 2G, blanket cancellation of licenses where foreigners are investing. See, when a foreigner invested, it was your rule which said he must have an Indian partner. The foreigner did not know how the Indian partner got license. Foreigners invested billions of dollars, and with one stroke of a pen, the Supreme Court knocked all of them out. That's when the decline of economy began. A very, very interesting statement. Let's look at some figures. In 2012, the Supreme Court cancelled 122 spectrum licenses for 2G. In 2014, the Supreme Court struck down around 218 coal blocks associated between 1993 to 2011. The Supreme Court took decisions when they saw corruption. They just struck out all the licenses and said, out. Licenses are invalid. Harish Salve says, how can you do this? On what basis are you doing it? He asked the Supreme Court. He said, who asked these foreign investors to have an Indian partner to invest in India? It is the Supreme Court and this rule and the rule of the land that asked, no, that the foreigners should have an Indian partner and the Indian partner will get all the licenses. The foreigner will invest with the Indian partner and start business in India. It is the law of the land, no. And you are the rulers. You are the law of the land. Now, a foreigner who comes to India, who meets a partner who is an Indian, and this partner goes and gets licenses, and possibly for that licenses he pays ministers and government officials and all of that, he bribes. And the poor foreigner, he invests on the word of that partner because he assumes that all the licenses are there in place because he sees them. And then one fine day after 5 years or 4 years or 10 years, you tell the foreigner, nay, all your licenses are all nothing, it is all null and void, you go back. He says, Hare, how is that going to happen? And if that happened, which it happened, like I told you in 2014 and in 2012, 122 spectrum, I repeat, and 2014, 218 coal block allocations. It happened in these years. How will a foreigner invest in your country? The foreigner will say, kya bharosa yaar? I invest and tomorrow the court will say that, theek hai yaar, null and void, your license has no value. It is toilet paper. Then what happens? So he says, if you technically look at it, it is from possibly 2014 after the coal mine allocation, the scrapping of the coal mine allocation, that foreign investment has plummeted in India. He says, possibly the blame goes to the Supreme Court decision. Think about it. There's some amount of logic to it. The first quarter of this fiscal year, 2019, has possibly been one of the worst quarters in the last 25 quarters of Indian economy. It has been the worst quarter. The sales has been down, the service industry has gone down, construction industry, everything has hit rock bottom. I would like to give you some details on where do we stand as far as our sales and growth goes. Let's talk about FMCG. In 2008, we recorded a 19% growth in FMCG product. In 2010, we recorded an 18% growth. Now let's come directly to 2017. We recorded a 14% growth. In 2018, we recorded a 13.8% growth. Till date of 2019, we have hardly recorded 9 to 10% growth. So it's actually looking pretty bad. Consumer electronics. We have recorded, in 2008, we recorded a growth of 9.1%. In consumer electronics. In 2009, we recorded a growth of 9.1%. In 2010, we recorded a growth of 10.4%. In 2017, we slumped to 6.5%. 2018, 6.4%. And in 2019, we are looking at a minus 1% to 0% growth in consumer electronics as on today. Very, very grim figures. Home appliances, there was a 10.6% growth recorded in 2008, 18% growth recorded in 2009, 18% growth recorded in 2010, went down to 12.8% in 2017, 12% in 2018, and we are looking at something between 9 to 12% growth of home appliances in 2019. So this is how it's looking. This is how the figures are. Now, this Diwali is what everybody is hoping for. I'll tell you why. You see, what really happens in an economy is things like Diwali in India, Christmas in the United States and Western countries. Festive season is that one time where sales goes up. And sales goes up regardless of whatever category. FMCG sales goes up, white goods sale goes up. To a certain extent, even real estate sales goes up. You see, what really happens is Diwali records around, a decent Diwali records around 35 to 45% sales. 35 to 45% increase of sales translates into 5 to 6% increase of sales in the year. So for all trade, when there is a 5 to 6% increase of sales in the year, it is fairly decent. They survive. They don't thrive, but they survive. 8 to 9% increase annually, you can claim that the economy has turned around. Then you can go out and say that, our whatever we tried to do or whatever measures were put into the economy has actually worked and the economy has turned around. I hope things improve. I hope we record that quintessential important 6 to 7% increase of sales in this Diwali, and if it happens, then India can wish itself a very, very happy Diwali. A lot of people who specialize in marketing will tell you that a person who apes to sell his product has no base. He possesses no core value for his brand. Because if a brand has a value, the brand will not ape somebody else. They will work on their own value. If the brand has no value, he will ape because his objective is only to sell. His objective is not to create a brand name. So every, like I said, relevant brand marketeer or brand expert will tell you, Baba, listen, do not ape. Make your own equity. A few days back, Shashi Tharoor had made this statement that, you should not be Coke light. You should have your own. So, just because Bharatiya Janata Party practices Hindutva, you should not practice Hindutva. He had made this statement and we had done an editorial on that. We said, fair enough, that's right. He's right. What he said is correct. Now, unfortunately, Congress, the way it is today, it's not only lost its popularity, it's not only lost its credibility, it has not only lost its direction, it has lost its soul. It has lost its sheer ideology that Congress was built on, and possibly congressmen today have either forgotten or chose to forget the ideology that they were built on. I will tell you why I am giving all this lecture. You see, yesterday Mr. Kamal Nath made a statement where he said, like you give corporates land, like the state gives corporates land to make their offices, make their factories, produce products, we should also give saints land. You see, Mr. Kamal Nath, the reason why state gives corporate land is not to get votes. When a company comes and sets up their factory in a particular land that you give them, that company provides jobs to hundreds and thousands of people. It feeds hundreds and thousands of stomachs. When that company comes and sets up shop in that land which you give them, the company produces product which is sold, which generate taxes, and the tax helps your state to provide drinking water, healthcare and roads to the people. When a company comes up and sets up shop in the land that you give them, that company invests in your state, which helps you to build your state's infrastructure. So, if you are giving land to corporates, you are doing no favor. In fact, thank them that they are setting up shop in your state. I hope Kamal Nath tries to become a better congressman than becoming a better BJP. Namaskar.